Kia ora te whānau, welcome to video 2 of our Raspberry Pi Pico series. If you saw our video last time, what we did is we installed Thonny on our computers. We got our Raspberry Pi Pico here, we connected it, we installed MicroPython, and we wrote our first program. And if you managed to follow along with that, ka pai tō mahi. Okay, coming up this time, we're going to write a slightly different program. We're going to do a little bit of Morse code. If you remember Morse code, ... sending out an SOS. It's those little sounds that you hear in old-timey radio shows where they used to communicate just with dots and dashes. We have an LED here that we can turn on and off. Therefore, we can send Morse code just on our Raspberry Pi Pico. Okay, we're going to do this a few different ways. First of all, we're going to do it the naive way. That kind of sucks. Then we're going to use a very interesting programming concept, which is a little bit harder to set up, but makes your life easier. That's what we're always after. We do the hard work up front, and it makes our life easier for the rest of time. That's what we like. Okay, so very quickly, we're just going to get rid of our Pico off screen, and then we're going to come back and we're going to get rid of this program. We're going to keep our machine import, so we're still going to keep from machine import pin, from time import sleep. We're still going to keep those. We're still going to keep this reference here to our onboard LED, that singular onboard LED on the Pico. But this part, we're going to get rid of. Okay, so we're going to spell out Pico. You know, we're going to P-I-C-O. Okay, I'm just going to add a little comment here, and just a note: anything in Python that starts with a hash is a comment, and comments are for humans. The Python will not read these. It'll see it and say, that's for a human. I'm not going to do anything with it. So we're going to leave that there, and we're going to put Pico in Morse code, just so that we know what we're working with. It is dot dash dash, dot dot dash, dot dash dot, dash dash dash. And ask me how I know. I looked it up, just like anything else that you don't know when you're programming. Google it, all right? Ask your mates. Okay. How are we going to do this? Okay, well, we need to think of how we're going to do a dot and how we're going to do a dash. So a dot is on for a short time, and then it's off for a short time. Then a dash is it's on for a long time, and then it's off for a short time. How short? How fast are we going to do this? These are questions for the programmer to solve. I'm going to solve them in a particular way. You might choose different. Okay. The way that we're going to do this is we're going to use our LED, and it's got something called LED.value, and we can set LED.value to true or false. That's it, on or off, true or false, 1 or 0. And then we can sleep, and we're writing Morse code. That's fantastic. Okay, LED.value, for starters, we're starting with the first dot, right? We're starting with this first dot. And so then we're going to go LED.value is going to be true. Notice, capital T, lowercase everything else. It turns red, we're good. Ka pai tō mahi. Okay, now we need it off for a short amount of time. No, we need to leave it on for an amount of time. If we turn it straight off, you'll never see it. It'll be fractions of a millisecond on if you turn it off straight away. Computers are so fast, so we need to leave it on. Even if you're talking about a quarter of a second, that's an eternity for a program. So let's go sleep, and let's say 0.25, quarter of a second. And now we need to turn it off. And let's leave it off for a quarter of a second. Whoops. Oh, 0.2. Oh God, I'm starting to see the size of the task before me, and I'm already starting to get sleepy. One more LED. We're leaving it on for a long time now. LED.value true. LED.value true. Okay. LED.value true. Now we're going to sleep. 0.5. We're going to leave it on for a long time, twice as long, and then off. And I could copy paste and I could keep going, but honestly, I'm already over this method. This couple of things. You're gonna get tangled up. I can't really tell if I just look at this I can't tell where I am in the dots and dashes. I'm getting quite lost. So what we're gonna do is we're going to use something called a function. We're going to abstract the idea of a dot or a dash. We're going to write a little mini command, subroutine, little command that that explains what it means to dot or dash, right? And so I know we're only lesson 2 in programming, but you know what? When it's the right tool, we're going to use it. Okay, so I'm going to come up in the program. And I'm going to define a new function, a new little command that I can use later on called dot. And I'm just going to put 2 brackets there and then a colon. Okay, we've defined a new function. We haven't said what it is yet. For me, a dot, turn on for a little bit, turn off for a little bit. And let's define another one called dash. What is a dash? Whoa, can I actually come down here for a bit? It's whoa, why did that disappear on me? Turn on for a longer time, in this case half a second. And then turn off for a short amount of time. Whoa. Okay, we now have here 2 little commands that we can use later on, a dot and a dash. And now I can delete everything else. Whoops. Why has it done? There we go. Bing. Okay, cool. Now I should just be able to run these commands. Dot, whoops, dot, dash, dash, dot, dash, dash, dot, dot, dash. Oh my gosh, look how fast we're going. It was a bit harder to set up, but now we're racing. Absolutely. Dot, dash, dash, dot, dot, dash. Here we go. Dot, dash, dash, dot, dot, dash, dot, dash, dot. Dash, dash, dash. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. In this little program here, what's going to happen is, first thing that the program is going to do is it's going to import this line. It's going to import this code. Next thing, it's going to import that code. Next thing it's going to do is it's going to access our onboard LED, chuck it in a variable called LED. Kind of sensible. Now, what it's going to do is it's going to take all of this. It doesn't execute it. It just stores it like a recipe, like a carrot cake recipe. It's just going to write it down onto a sheet of paper and just file it away somewhere. And then ignore it. Okay, same thing here. It's going to take all of this code here, write it down like it's a recipe, go and stick it on its recipe bookshelf, and then do nothing with it. All right? Notice everything that is part of the command dash is tabbed in. When it's not tabbed in, it's outside of the function. Okay? When we get to this line here, very important line, we are calling, we are invoking that function. We are going to our recipe bookshelf, we are pulling out our recipe, and we're reading it, and we're actually carrying it out. We're actually doing the thing. So what we actually do is we come here, we jump up here, we set our LED to on, and we sleep, and then we set it off, and then we sleep again. Then we jump back down here, function's finished, onto the next line. So with dash, now we're jumping up to this function. Turning our LED on, turning it off, turning it on again. Turning it off, and then waiting a little bit. Turning it on, waiting, turning it off, and waiting. Hui. Okay. And so on, and so on, and so on. Cool. Should we see if it works? Welcome back, Pico. You're still running that program that we ran before. I don't want you to run that program. I want you to run this one. Here we go. And then it's done. Should we see it again? One more time. Dot, dash, dash, dot, 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 dash, dot, dash, dot, dash, dash, dash. Let's see it. Here we go. Dot, dash, dash, dot, dash, dash. I've lost dash, dash, dash. Oh, one more, I fell off. One more time, dash, 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 dot, 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 dash, dot, dash, dot, dash, dash, dash. I still missed it. I think it's working. I just think I'm no good at Morse code. Notice as well that these spaces in here, they're not represented by anything in Morse code. We haven't added an extra break. It's not like we're saying dot, dash, dash, dot, then break again. Perhaps we should. Perhaps we should have an extra wait to make it a little bit more understandable. Okay, there are some extra ways that you can extend this. You could change up the speed. You could change other letters. For you advanced programmers up there, I have a challenge. That is, can you convert this to be able to accept any word and then put it out as Morse code? Good luck. If you followed this far, ka pai tō mahi, and ka kite e hoa. See you in the next one.